I wanted to show you today what I thought we would do is I want to pick 3 envelopes that are kind of similar. So we got 1, 2 here. Ooh, looky there. 3. So let's see how this will work. I'm going to move these aside. And this is my thought. The first thing I want to do is, because these dip down, I need a straight edge. I'm going to go ahead and glue these down with my glue stick. And you tell I was coloring and using gold paint. So I'm just going to just put this glue on the same place where they were glued, excuse me, originally, and we'll glue those down. I am working on a new journal, and I'm using the digital printout from Luise. It's called, I think, Urban Mirror. And I watched a video, and I can't remember who I was watching, if it was, maybe it was Rachel from Roxy Creations. I've been going through a lot of the people that I really admire, some of their older videos and that, looking for some different ideas. And anyways, it might have been hers that I saw. But basically, so let me show you, I've got the signatures here, and the last time I videoed, we did a video on how to use how to break up these blank white pages by either collaging or stenciling or stamping. And so what I thought is, if I trim this, if I do it this way, I think, and I'll have to cut it down a little bit to fit, maybe to there, we can make an insert. So let's first figure out this length. So these are 8.5, so I'm going to do maybe 8 3/8. We'll try this way. Let me see. 8.5, and yeah, 8 3/8 maybe. And before I do the others, I'll check this one to make sure that it will. Yes, that'll be perfect. Okay. And then what I want to do is, I want the window on the top. So I'm going to just take off this edge. Now remember, we just glued this down. But I'm going to just trim this, because that's gonna, and if I do the top as well, I'll be able to open that right up. But I think I don't have a lot of room on the top, so maybe I just want to trim that with scissors. Let me see. Some of the window envelopes have a wider strip right here. Yeah. Okay, so then this should open right up. Perfect. You may have to glue down a few spaces. Okay. And it looks like, so we're going to collage these, but my idea is that it should fit like in here, and it's another page. So that's the idea, and we're going to try and do 3 of them. So I'm going to put these aside. Oh, also I wanted to show you that I went ahead and made out of the book pages, I made side pockets, like vertical, one for each signature, and then horizontal pockets, one for each signature, like this, and I sewed them together. So those are ready to go in as well. So let's go ahead and cut these. Okay, so this one, I'm going to go ahead and cut the top so I can get rid of these scissors. I could cut this edge right here with scissors as well, just to keep it down to a minimum, but it's a long cut, and I'm afraid I wouldn't keep it straight, where just going across the top is a pretty short cut. Okay, so now we have our 3 envelopes. Now, knowing that they're going to go in the journal, let's pull this back out. Knowing, and it doesn't matter if I do it on the outside, but knowing that they're going to go in the journal like this, we're going to want to try to create or save some journaling space. So I'm thinking this would be a good journaling spot, and this as well. Okay, so we're going to collage it in that manner. So we're going to collage this and this first, and then we'll decide what kind of paper we're going to put, maybe coffee dyed or something on the others for the journaling. So what I did is I printed out of course I printed out all the ephemera from the kit, but I also printed out some other papers that I thought were kind of matchy-matchy. Whatever. Okay. And then I have some script paper. I thought pieces of these would be good for journaling. I really like this one a lot. Of course I do. That's why I printed 2 of them. And this one as well. Oh, little pieces of that might be fun. Okay, so let's start with the front. And we're going to, I'm going to mark this with my pencil when I find it. I was digging in here the other day for markers and stuff, so my pencil got buried. Okay, so I'm okay with leaving a little bit of an edge there that we can, so I'm going to mark it there and there. Okay, so if we tear, then we want to go this way. It might not be perfectly straight, but it'll be good enough. And then my mark is over here. That's nice, but this is the torn edge, so I'm going to put that up. It'll fit right in there like that. So what we want is another piece that's the same size for another one. And that'll give us a little piece of extra right here. Yeah, we'll do that the other way. Put my ruler right there. Okay. So we have two of those. We're going to save these pieces right here for collaging or whatever. We need one more. Kind of thinking I might like this here. Okay. So, hopefully, the other day my camera went off. Oh gosh. And I lost a whole video. So I want to step up and make sure that I'm not losing this one. Perfect. So I'm just going to use my glue stick. It's pretty sticky. Kind of liking all that gold though. It would make a good piece for collage or something. Okay. On with it, Tommy. With these, I'm just making sure that my torn edge is up here. The rest, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we've got our bases, so then it looks like we need a strip. And on these, we could use this. Will that fit? Might just fit. How's that? And I'm going to go ahead and overlap the window just a smidge. So, because I haven't see this rounded corner here, I want to kind of cover that there. Well, it just fits. Okay. So we've got two of those. Then not going to be big enough. Okay, so let's just glue these on real quick. And this one's pretty wide, so I can trim it off if I need to. I'm gonna bring it down just a smidge. So you'll see that if it hangs over on the back, we can trim that off. Okay, so we need something for right there. And I was going to use this, but I want to look and see if I have any other pieces. Just like I have this piece here, which would be kind of cool. Okay. Actually, that'll work. I'd rather be a little over the edge than under. So I'm not, excuse me, I'm not real good at like trying to piece things together. I'd rather. Okay, and let's see if we put this right here. And I'm going to pull it down just a hair so I can see that top. See where I'm. Hold tight. Okay. That would fit perfect on that side. And I think I have enough to do both. So let me just double check here. Yes, I do. So one. There's two. My gosh, these are going to look so cute on there. Well, it's not really a cutesy journal. These papers I've been looking at for a long time. I love them. And I think I said in the last video, I just couldn't figure out what direction I wanted to go if I purchased the digitals. And so I've just, when I kind of go through her shop, Luise's shop, I'm always, I always stop and look at this digital and try to figure out what I could do with it. Something here that's different, so let me look and see. How about if we go with that? That would probably work. Huh. Yeah. Right below that. And if we go just lower than that, and the other side of the M, that'll work. Okay, so I'm looking at my line here, so I want to tear down to there, about to there. And again, if it's too wide, I can always trim it, you know. I start accumulating stuff on my table. And the next thing you know, I've got all this stuff, it starts closing in on me, so I need to be more careful of that. Okay, so now we just need the tops here. What could we use for those tops that would be a little different? And I think we found it. So I'm going to go ahead and rip. And what I'm doing here is, here's the actual top of the envelope, or the top of the window, but it curves. So I want to go down just where it meets there. So I'm going to make this a little wider than you would think it should be. I don't know if I can tear it this way, we'll see. So we could put that all the way across there. This is some old scrapbooking paper that came in a pad, and I was doing some sort of sunflower scrapbook page or something, I guess. Oh, very nice. Okay. So let's put another one on. Let's see, these two would be identical, so let's make it go across this one. And just so they're not the same, I'll put something different up there. So I think I told you that I purchased an iPad Pro 12.9, and I love it. And the purpose of it was to be able to film, because I film on my phone, just be able to film on my iPhone, AirDrop to my iPad, and use iMovie. We need a piece for here, and I want something a little different. So I'm going to dig a little further, see what we have for scraps here. Let's see. This that we could use. This is actually part of the kit. It's a card, excuse me, and it's okay, but I kind of thought I would use it for collage. So, oh my gosh, that's perfect. Okay, so we need to just Put that right there. So anyways, the first time I tried to use iMovie, I couldn't figure anything out because everything in there is hidden. So you have to, you know, tap here and tap there, and so different from a PC. So, you know, I mean, I did watch a beginner movie, like how to use it or whatever, but it was very beginner, and it didn't get me where I needed to be. And, okay, so now that we have all those on, I'm going to go ahead and trim the edges off. But anyways, so that's going to be a real learning curve for me. I have since watched a few more that I'll just have to rewatch them a couple times so that the tips and tricks that they give you and the way they show you how to use it is, you know, comes more natural, because I would have to keep referring to the videos. But anyways, I'm pretty excited about it. But then I watched somebody, I'm all about Adobe products, because I use Photoshop all the time, InDesign all the time. Illustrator, what I do is usually with raster art, which is Photoshop, not much vector art. I would like to learn it, but it's not a comfort level for me. But anyways, they have and I shied away from Adobe for any kind of video editing because Adobe has now gone to subscription. But I'm going to look into Premiere Elements and see I saw somebody edits their video with Premiere Elements, and oh my gosh, it's phenomenal. So I'm going to look into that and see if that's a purchase or a subscription. But anyways, so we got our fronts done, and I'm loving them. And let's just see how they're going to look in our, oh, look at that. How cool is that? With that little window there. Okay, so, and this will be journaling, and we have to collage the insides. Okay, so let's do the insides now. And basically, we're going to just repeat the steps that we just did. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and fast forward through it. And, or you can fast forward even faster, I guess. So we've got our fronts all done and our insides here. And I'm thinking that we might want to put something here for journaling right on the inside here. So I happen to have this paper, and I thought that would be a cute idea. So I thought if I cut it fairly close, just leave a little bit of a border. This would make a good journaling space. Okay, but what I wanted to do was I want to kind of ink it up a little bit. So we'll see if I can do it with the tea dye, if that's enough. Yeah, I think it is. It's dark enough just to make it look a little distressed. And I will distress the edges a little. And then we'll flatten it. Perfect. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and glue that down. And I'm going to go ahead and do the other two as well. Okay, so we've got our fronts. Let's hold it into one of the journals. that's pretty cool. And then there's a journaling space there. I like it. And we just need to put blank paper there and something blank there. I don't know. I might not even cover that. I might just stencil it or something. So let's see. See what we have that we want something that's kind of blank so that it can be written on. Okay, I have both coffee dyed, but I also have, these are papers, let me cover this stuff up, that come out of my composition notebook when I alter it to make my planners. And so I just coffee dye them, I tear them out and coffee dye them. So I thought, well gosh, that would be kind of cool to put a piece of that in there. Yes, I like it. So we're going to need 3 pieces if we do them the same. Then I'll have some scratch left, that's good. Wow, okay. So we'll use those. So the first thing we want to do is figure out size. So I'm just going to go ahead and measure it. So we need it to be, this is 4 1/8, so let's make it 4 1/16. So we want 4 1/16 by 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. Okay. So 4 1/16, so about there. I'm just going to cut all those first. This has a ragged edge, so these will be good for pads. We'll make a couple pads maybe for the thing. And now we need by 8 1/4. See how close we are. Pretty close. So I don't know if I want to take this top edge off. I think I'm gonna just do it this way. Might need to be a little narrower, but let's. I just flipped it over so I could get the straight edge here. So let's see real quick what we have. I may need to cut them just a little narrower. Yeah, and I think I'm going to just shave off the edge a little bit. It'll just make it easier for them to fit, I think. going to try to do is line it up close to this edge here. Because the middle part right there is going to be sewn in the signature. So I would rather have it like real close to the edge and have a little gap there than the gap out here. So let's try this. Much better. Okay. Oh my gosh, that smells like coffee. Huh. But I love it. Let's just make sure that I took enough off of this, and we'll put that in. Yes, we did. So I want this to go that way. I don't mind if there's some wrinkles in it, but I don't want to create more than what are natural. So let's just kind of squeegee that up there. Good. Make sure they're glued all the way to the edge. Okay. And the last one. Make sure we're good. Oh yeah, we are way good for that one. I do have a little space, excuse me, space there, but we'll distress that, and it'll be in the middle of the signature where we get sewn in, so I think it'll be fine. So all we need to do is the backs, and I'm thinking that the nature of this journal is kind of urban, grungy, whatever. Maybe I will just make sure those flaps are sewn or glued down, and I might just stencil the back so that you can still write on it instead of covering it. I don't know. So let's try that. I'm going to grab a stencil and I'll be right back. Okay. So I had these right on my table. What I was thinking about, look at this. I think that might work. We're going to try it. So, best thing I ever did was took these out of the packaging and put them on a ring. Okay, so let's just try this. And there's no real rhyme or reason to this, so we're just going to keep it light so that we can still journal on it. So later. Okay, I'm excited. Okay, so let's get our signatures out. Okay. And really, it's neither here nor there where it goes. I'm thinking there. That's kind of nice, huh? Because then that shows right through that window. So then when you flip through, you have this page here. I may round the corners, I'm not sure yet. Looks good. Okay, let's find a page for this one. Oh, we have this right here, right in the beginning. Let me see what's... Maybe we want to switch these pages around. And do that. I think that would be good. Again, I'll probably switch them all around after anyways. But these sure are fun, aren't they? There's really not a picture there, but I think that's fine that it picks up the houses. Okay, so let's look at what we have. So far, we have our collage page. We have our stamped page. We have our background page. We have the envelope that we made today, and I'm going to go ahead and distress the edges. But I know this video is getting kind of long. And then we have the other part of our envelope is here for journaling. Is that cool or what? Okay, let's look at these real quick. See where that page goes in. Oh, really cool. And the last one. Very cool. I think they turned out well. Okay, I'm going to call that a wrap, and I'll try to get this up later today or tomorrow, and I will move forward. I'll go ahead and distress the edges of those envelopes, possibly get these sewn in, maybe pick a few more pages, and I'll come back with another project to work on these journals. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, please. Maybe share the video. I'd appreciate it. Have a great day.